Hello everyone, welcome to Junior's Phonics and Grammar classes. In today's video, we are going to learn about 42 latest sounds along with actions. There are total 42 sounds in a Jolly Phonics. These sounds are divided in 7 groups and each group has 6 sounds. Let's start. 7 group of Jolly Phonics. Group 1 S, A, T, I, P and N. Wave hands in an S shape like a snake and say S. S. Sound of letter S. 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 Sound of letter A. Wiggle fingers above elbow as if ants crawling on you and say ah, ah, ah. Sound of letter A. Ah, ah, ah. Sound of letter T. For action, turn head from side to side as if watching tennis and say t, 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 t. Sound of letter T. T, 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 t. Sound of letter I. For action, pretend to be a mouse by wriggling fingers at end of nose and say E, 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 E. Sound of letter I. E, 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 E. Sound of letter P. For action, pretend to puff out candles and say pa, 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 pa. Sound of letter P. Pa, 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 pa. Sound of letter N. For action, make noise as if a plane hold arms out and say mm. Sound of letter N. Mm. Now, group 2. C and K, E, H, R, M and D. Sound of C and K, both are same. For action, raise hands and snap fingers like a crab's pincers or as if playing castanets and say k, 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 k. Sound of CK, k, 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 k. Sound of letter E. For action, pretend to tap an egg on the side of a pan and crack it into the pan, saying eh, eh, eh. Sound of letter E. Eh, eh, eh. Sound of letter H. For action, hold hand in front of mouth, panting as if you are out of breath and say sound of letter H. Sound of letter R. For action, pretend to be a puppy holding a piece of rag, shaking head from side to side and say "Rrrr." Sound of letter R. Rrrr. Sound of letter M. For action, rub tummy as if seeing some tasty food and say mmm. Sound of letter M. Mmm. Sound of letter D. For action, beat hands up and down as if playing a drum and say d, 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 d. Sound of letter D, 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 d. Group 3, G, O, U, L, F and B. Sound of letter G for action, spiral hand down as if water going down the drain and say g g g g g g g g. Sound of letter G, g g g g g g g g. Sound of letter O for action, pretend to turn light switch on and off and say o, 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 o. Sound of letter O, 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 o. Sound of letter U for action, pretend to be putting up an umbrella and say a, 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 a. Sound of letter U, a, 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 a. Sound of letter L for action, pretend to lick a lollipop and say L. Sound of letter L, L. Sound of letter F for action, let hands gently come together as if fish deflating and say sound of letter F, sound of letter B for action, pretend to hit a ball with a bat and say b, 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 b. Sound of letter B, 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 b. Now group 4. Here we have AI, J, OA, IE, double E and OR. Sound of AI. AI is a long vowel of letter A. For action, cup hand over ear and say A, A, A. Sound of AI, A, A. Sound of letter J. For action, pretend to wobble on a plate and say j, 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 j. Sound of letter J, 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 j. Sound of OA. OA is a long vowel of O. For action, bring hand over mouth as if you have done something wrong and say O. Sound of OA, O. Sound of IE. IE is a long sound of I. For action, stand to attention and salute saying I. Sound of IE, I. Sound of double E and OR. Double E is a long vowel of letter E. For action, put hands on head as if ears on a donkey and say E-aw, E-aw, E-aw. Sound of double E and OR, E-aw. Now Group 5. Z, W, N, G, V, double O. Sound of letter Z. For action, put arms out at sides and pretend to be a bee and say Z. Sound of letter Z. 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 Sound of letter W. For action, blow onto open hand as if you are the wind and say wah, wah, wah. Sound of letter W. Wah, wah, wah. Sound of NG. For action, imagine you are a weightlifter and pretend to lift a heavy weight above your head and saying mm. Sound of NG. Mm. Sound of letter V. For action, pretend to be holding the steering wheel of a van and say V. Sound of letter V. V. Sound of double O. Yes, double O has short and long sound. Move head back and forth as if it is the cuckoo saying ooh, 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 ooh. Sound of letter double O. Ooh, 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 ooh. Now group 6. Y, X, CH, SH, TH and TH. Sound of letter Y. For action, pretend to be eating a yogurt and say y, 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 y. Sound of Y. Y, y, y. Sound of letter X. For action, pretend to take an X-ray of someone with an X-ray camera and say x, 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 x. Sound of letter X. X, x, x. Sound of CH. For action, move arms at sides as if you are a train and say ch, 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 ch. Sound of CH. Ch, 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 ch. Sound of SH. For action, place fingers over lips and say shh. Sound of SH. Shh. TH has two sound, voiced and unvoiced. For action, pretend to be naughty clowns and stick out tongue a little for the TH. The, th, the, th, the is voice sound and th is unvoiced sound. Now, group number 7. QU, OU, OI, UE, ER and AR. Sound of QU. For action, make a duck's beak with your hands and say qua, 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 qua. Sound of QU. Qua, 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 qua. Sound of OU. For action, pretend your finger is a needle and prick thumb saying ow, 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 ow. Sound of OU. Ow, 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 ow. Sound of OI. For action, cup hands around mouth and shout to another boat saying oi, Oi. Sound of oi. 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 Sound of ue. For action, point to people around you and say you. You. Sound of ue. You. You. Sound of er. For action, roll hands over each other like a mixer and say sound of er. Sound of ar. For action, open mouth wide and say ah. Sound of ar. Ah. Hope this video is very helpful to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you.